Ethiopia is home to a variety of both tangible and intangible historical, cultural, man-made and religious attractions. Particularly, Amhara region is the place where we can find astonishing landscape full of fauna and flora. Not only that, Blue Nile Fall, Shonke village, Fasil Gibi, the Camelot of Africa, Rocky Church of Lalibela, Simin Mountains National Park, and Lake Tana monasteries are among many world visiting sites. Hereby, among the cultural heritage commonly practiced this season, especially on January throughout Amhara region, Ganna in Lalibela, Epiphany in Gonda, and Ago horse culture and others are worth attending. Hello and welcome. This is weekly episode of Agenda. Here I am Annette New with my colleague Modo Muluye. Thanks for joining us. In our today's agenda, we are to circumnavigate flamboyant cultural and religious festivals, particularly in the month of January, which are of the events known of mass attendees drawn from local and abroad as well. So, what makes these festivals unique this year and what sorts of arrangements has been made so far is the focal point of our today's discussion. Stay tuned. Here we are joined in Amhara Media Corporation Addis Ababa TV studio just to discuss on big festivals which are to be celebrated in the upcoming days, especially in the month of January. So, will you say something regarding the month of January? For many of these celebrations are supposed to fall on this month, which I stated previously, that of the cultural, the religious, and the public holidays in general.
Yeah, January is simply one of the most festive months in Ethiopia, particularly in the Amhara region, as you have already mentioned, because a number of religious and cultural festivities are observed throughout this month. And one of the most typical celebrations is, we can mention Ganna, which is held in one of the World Heritage Sites, that is at the rock, the 11 rock-hewn churches of Lalibela. It is a World Heritage Site inscribed by UNESCO. So Ganna is one of these colorful celebrations that are observed during the month of January. I'm talking in Gregorian calendar, right? So from the last week of December to or throughout the whole of January, there are a number of colorful festivals which are observed, particularly in the Amhara region. So what does Ganna stand for? Ganna, or it is equivalent to the European Christmas celebration, right? And it commemorates the birth of Jesus Christ, who is believed to be the savior of the world, the Christian world. So what makes Ganna celebration unique in Lalibela? A number of things makes Ganna celebration different in Lalibela. The fact that it is held at a UNESCO inscribed site, one of the holiest, considered to be one of the holiest or the most sacred places in our planet, makes it different, right? Mm-hmm. Lalibela is considered to be one of the holiest or the most sacred places in the world. So, celebrating Ganna or Christmas celebration at this holiest place makes it different. And another point that makes it different is the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ historically coincides with the birthday of Saint Lalibela, who had built those 11 rock-hewn churches. So The birthday of Jesus Christ and the birthday of Saint Lalibela historically coincide. So this is another point or another criteria that makes Ganna festival or the Ganna celebration in Lalibela unique to that in the rest of Ethiopia, even in the region, in the Amhara region, right? And even the ritual procession, the Bizakulu performance is quite different. Yeah, the mesmerizing ritual performed by priestess and deacons, dressed beautifully in white robes, accompanied by religiously attached traditional musical instruments like drums and sistrums, right? Mm-hmm. That mesmerizing movement catches the attention of the world. And it is quite different from other places in the Amhara region as well as the whole of the country, right?
Exactly.
So celebrating Ganna or attending Ganna in person in Lalibela is a magnificent experience. Mm-hmm. As you know, I was part of the celebration last year, covering the event live on Amhara Media Corporation last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
I do remember.
Yeah, I was one of them who is lucky to have that experience in person. The event, the Ganna celebration in Lalibela, is quite magnificent. You will dive yourself into a world of spirituality and divineness if you are part of that colorful celebration, right? That day, I had some time with foreign visitors and asked them which event of the celebration attracted you the most. And they said that the Bizakulu performance, the mesmerizing event performed by the priestess and deacons around one of the 11 rock-hewn churches, that is Beta Mariam.
Exactly.
That was, they said, the most amazing performance that caught the most of their attention, right? So attending the Ganna celebration or the Christmas celebration in Lalibela is quite different, quite unique to that in the rest of the country, I can say. So this is one of the festivals that is held in January, in the month of January. Mm-hmm. The other one is the Timkat festival or Ethiopian Epiphany celebration that is held in the ancient city of Gondar. Timkat is spectacularly or more beautifully, more colorfully observed in Gondar than any other place in Ethiopia. Mm. Like Ganna is unique in Lalibela, Timkat is also unique in Gondar. Yeah?
Exactly.
And also, I was part of the event, the Timkat festival last year, just covering the event live on Amhara Media Corporation as well. So the procession, you know, it starts from the Katara in Gondar. You know, the celebration starts from the eve of Timkat that is called Katara, and the coming together of different parish churches around the city of Gondar. They flock to a specific Timkat Bahar or water body, right? To spend the night together there. Just accompanied by prayers and hymns by a large number of congregations here. So the festive mood begins from the coming together of the tablets or replicas of the covenant, the Ark of the Covenant, coming together to a certain water body to spend the night together. So in services of prayers and hymns. That is one colorful event. And on the main holiday, the climax of the Timkat festival or the Timkat holiday comes when the Timkat Bahar, or when the baptismal pool is blessed with the cross by religious superintendents or religious fathers. Yeah?
Exactly.
And when the congregation, particularly the youth, they jump into the water, the baptismal pool, that is the most jubilant moment of the Timkat festival, right? Mm-hmm. After the water is blessed with the cross by religious fathers, saying the faithful jump into the baptismal pool and they sprinkle water outside onto the people around the baptismal pool. They spray water towards the congregation. And that feels something special when or if you attend both domestic and international tourists were very, very much amazed at that special moment during than ever before, right? Mm-hmm. So this is one of the colorful festivals, the color here. Mm-hmm. And another example we can mention the Ago horse culture. Yeah, mm-hmm. That is observed. Before talking about the Ago horse culture, let's see what the horse means for Ethiopians and the Ago community. The horse is simply far more than a mere domestic animal, right? Mm-hmm. The horse is a symbol of bravery, a symbol of royalty, a symbol of nobility, and a symbol of authority or power. Role in Ethiopian history, right? Because the horse even faced what? The battlegrounds during Ethiopia's struggle for sovereignty and independence. At the Battle of Adwa, for example, a large number of horses sacrificed their lives, yeah, just along with the fighters, the patriotic fighters during those times. So the horse has a special place for Ethiopians, particularly for people living in the Ethiopian highlands, including the Ago community. So for the Ago people, for the Ago community, the horse is part and parcel of their livelihood. It is part of these days, it is part of their agricultural activity. It is part of their transportation. It is part of their social status, right? Mm-hmm. Social class. That is why they respect the horse much more than any other domestic animal. And they celebrate, the Ago people, they have persisted celebrating the horse culture every year for the last 85 years. Mm-hmm. And this year, for an 86th time, or for the 86th time, they are under preparation to host the Ago horse culture beautifully, more beautifully than ever before. Because this Ago horse culture is going to be inscribed by UNESCO as a World Intangible Cultural Heritage. And recently, the deputy head of Culture and Tourism Bureau of the Amhara Regional State, Dr. Lalibela Nauti, said that the region has submitted its request to the Federal Heritage Authority, to help the Ago horse culture get registered by UNESCO. So this, as he said, this is a big achievement for the region and for the country as well. Because inscribing the Ago horse culture, it is a very beautiful, colorful annual festival that is held in the Awi administration zone. So inscribing this by UNESCO is a big success, or a historical success, according to the deputy head of culture and tourism. So this and others are observed throughout from the last week of December throughout the whole of January. That's why January is one of the most eventful months, or the most festive months in Ethiopia, particularly in the Amhara region, we can say.
Good, as you rightly explained, that Amhara region is known for variety of cultural and religious festivals that has been conducted once in a year. And it means that apart from the heritage that it encompasses. So not only the major ones that we already explained, Timkat in Gondar, Christmas in Ganna in Lalibela, and that of Ago horticulture. There are some other big spectacular events when it comes to Debre Tabor, Mercurius, and that of Iosus in Este. It's just a similar experience in both areas, which is much similar to that of Epiphany celebration, for many gathered in a place to celebrate the festival, that it really preserves their own cultural background. So when we come to some other areas of Amhara region, it might be in Shoa zone, Debre Birhan, there is also the same practical experience. The way individuals perform, or what they perform in group, varies from place to place. We can take Raya, the cultural performance they reveal while celebrating this festival is so colorful by its own, and some other colorful celebrations there in Amhara region are certain to capture the view of, or the interest of visitors, whether it's local or domestic visitor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these all what we mentioned right here are part of the intangible cultural heritage in Amhara region that really gives greater image to our nation Ethiopia. So what do you think of the remedies or the activities that has to be implemented, or that has been implemented so far, so as to magnify the ecotourismic benefit that could be gained through marking these holidays every year?
Recently, as I already said, Deputy Head of the Culture and Tourism Bureau of the Amhara Regional State, Dr. Lalibela Nauti, said that our tourism was primarily culture and history based, right? It was simply history and event based. So the country's strategy to develop the tourism sector, the tourism industry, is to go out of this box, this common box, right? So the country is trying to focus on, along with the events and the historical sites, the country is trying to focus on nature and ecotourism. Nature tourism is about using the natural landscapes as a potential source of tourism. As you know, Ethiopia is full of stunning landscapes. It is home to the roof of Africa, that is Ras Dashin, to the planet's lowest point, that is the Danakil Depression in the Afar region. So focusing on nature and ecotourism and focusing on conference tourism is the strategy, the new strategy of the government, right? We have the tourism potential like mountain climbing, hiking, water sports, tripping, right? And we have the potential to build ecotourism centers like Gorgora Eco Resort, Halalakela, Chamara Chorchora, Wonchi, and other new sites which are under development. This is called ecotourism. Building new tourism sites with state-of-the-art and international standard, right? And then generating income, attracting tourists into those sites and generating expected amount of income from those sites. That is another strategic approach of the government, right? Nature tourism, focusing on our natural landscapes like mountains, like water bodies, right? Like bird watching, for example, wildlife. So this is the natural aspect. And the ecotourism aspect, as already said, is just building state-of-the-art in international standard tourist destinations and make them attract international tourists so that they can inject significant amount of cash into the country's GDP. In addition to our festivals, cultural and religious festivals, in addition to our historical sites like Gondar, like Lalibela, we have to search for other options, as I have already mentioned. So this is the focus of the strategic approach of the government. The government these days has given a significant priority to the tourism industry. Yeah? The tourism industry is not a significant sector by itself, but it is also taken as a driving force for other pillars of the economy.
I had a chance to take a look at the program that was broadcasted by Amhara Media Corporation. A journalist had a stay with Deputy Head of Amhara Region Culture, Tourism and Sports Bureau, Dr. Ayela Naute. There he tried to explain that there are lots of packages that has been prepared expanding water tourism and selecting sites which are likely to host water tourism activities like Lake Logo in South Zolo. So these packages are certain to extend tourist stay right after their participation at those huge events which we already stated earlier. So how we can elongate the stay of tourists within Amhara region?
Yeah, he said Amhara region has a vast historical, cultural and natural tourism potential. But still, we have not harnessed this potential to its full scale, right? So what the regional state is trying to do to elongate the stay of tourists, one of the measurements being taken is just reviving or renovating, historical sites, renewing historical sites like the Royal Fasil Gibi. Yeah?
Exactly.
And even adding value to these renewed historical sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that tourists going to Gondar for the Timkat festival, particularly international tourists, if they request for a royal reception, for example, if they request for a royal reception, they will receive them right from the airport to the royal enclosure, to the Fasil Gibi, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a ceremonial or a royal ceremony being performed there. And if they request for a royal type of dinner service inside the royal enclosure, inside Fasil Gibi, they are ready to offer, to provide that service. If they request for a night there, to spend the night, the city administration is ready, is well prepared to provide that, bed service, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If the tourist requests for example, a royal dinner time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The city administration is well prepared to provide that royal dinner provision inside the royal enclosure. So that is a way. And if the tourist requests for a royal sort of entertainment, remembering how the royal family was entertained during the time, the city administration is well prepared to do that. And that is the way how the city administration is determined to elongating the stay of tourists.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's really nice. The government of Ethiopia has already set a direction with related to enhancing the tourism sector. So it really shows that the government of the Culture and Tourism Bureau of Amhara region is working its level best so as to maximize the benefits that could really begin from the tourism sector in such an approach women. I also heard that the hotel and tourism service is a vital thing whenever a large number of guests arrive here in Ethiopia or somewhere in the spot that the event is to be conducted. The hospitality service really matters, and the security. So can you give me some more clarification regarding the hospitality sector and the security issue that you could probably mention regarding this? For tourism and peace are just like hand in glove.
Whenever we think of tourism, we have to think of the peace and security situation, right? So Dr. Ayele stated that the peace and security situation has improved a lot better when it's compared to that in the last couple of years in the region, right? And he said that the holidays or the festivals will be celebrated colorfully and peacefully without any peace and security issue. And he said that the region is working vigorously in consultation and cooperation with the federal government in that regard. So he said that peace and security issue is not, or a peace and security situation is not an issue of guests or tourists coming to respective places for the Ganna, Timkat, in other festivals that are to be held in the Amhara region. So the region is at standby to maintain or to ensure the peace and security situation in the region. And Dr. Ayele said that service should be prior to the events, right? Mm-hmm. Which means that the first thing that comes to the people, the local people, must be the service provided to the tourists, yeah, rather than the events. Because if the events are there, and if the tourists attending that event and spending days in those respective areas are mistreated, are mishandled, they will never come back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So service provision to the tourists must come prior to the events, he said. So he stressed on service delivery. Yeah? The tourists must be provided services with reasonable prices according to the living standard of the country. So he stressed on service delivery rather than organizing the events. So enough arrangements, preparations have been made to celebrate these religious and cultural events according to the deputy head of the Culture and Tourism Bureau of the region.
Good. As you rightly explained, the people of Amhara region, especially there in Lalibela, in Gondar, and Awidon, there we have experienced that these events usually fall on annually, and the people or the way they receive guests, arrivals, whether it's a foreign tourist or domestic guest, it was so encouraging. Their past performance reveals us. So even when we go to somewhere in Lalibela, there they just receive local guests and wash their foods. It's just a kind of that magnifies really the welcoming nature of we Ethiopians. And even in some other places, even the head, I do remember that he was just claiming that the people of Gondar is going to host about it's expected that about 2 million tourists, whether local or foreign tourists, are expected to be part of such a big spectacular event, which is Epiphany. And what he conveyed as a message was that each household at a family level should welcome at least a guest in order to accommodate the unbalanced interest of visitors to that of the service that the city administration could probably offer.
One guest per one household.
Thank you very much. These all are, we have tried to circumnavigate some of the fantastic or the very attractive nature of those big spectacular events, particularly being celebrated or yet to be celebrated in Amhara region. And for now, just to wrap up our stay regarding the colorful celebrations, especially in the month of January. And here you all are invited to be part of these huge events. And here we have getting closer to conclusion of our today's main topic regarding the celebrations or festivals that are said to be cultural, religious, and public holidays in general. Thank you very much, Miodo. And here it brings us to the end of our today's discussion on an issue which is said to be current affair. Thanks for staying with us. Do enjoy the rest of our programs from Amhara Media Corporation. Have a good.